Hello everyone, this is the fifth lesson of Chapter 1, Order of Operations. In this lesson, we'll be learning about how to perform many calculations. Mathematics is a language and like any language, it follows a certain rule. Mathematicians around the world follow an agreed order of operations so that when a calculation involves more than one operation, everyone gets the same answer. Suppose that you have to calculate 3 plus 4 times 5. If you are adding first, for example, if you do 3 plus 4, you will get 7. 7 times 5, you'll get 35. However, if you multiply first, 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus 3, you will get 23. So which one is correct? In order to avoid any confusion, mathematicians have come up with rules about which operation comes first. You will investigate this order of operations in here. In this investigation, all the calculations below have been performed correctly. Look at the answers and determine the order in which the following operations should be done. Addition, division, powers or exponents, multiplications, parentheses, also called brackets, subtraction. The first problem, 7 plus 2 times 4 is equal to 15. If I did 7 plus 2 first, then I get 9. 9 times 4 is not 15. So it looks like I have to do multiplication first because 2 times 4 is 8, plus 7, I do get 15. So I know before addition I have to do multiplication first. On the second one, if I do 12 minus 4, I get 8 times 2 is not equal to 4. So then if I do negative 4 times 2, which is negative 8, plus 12, so 12 minus 8, I do get 4. So I know before multiplication, I also have to do subtraction. Yet I don't know which one I have to do first in between addition or subtraction, but let's continue. In this case, 8 minus 6 is 2 times 0 is not 8. So still, I know that I have to do this one first. So negative 6 times 0 is 0, plus 8 is 8. 32 divided by 2 square. I have to do 2 square first. So if I do so, I know that I'm dealing with 4. So 32 divided by 4, I get 8, plus 3, I get 11. Okay, so in here, because it's hard to perform division with just the exponent, I had to do the powers first before the division. Then I still don't know if I have to perform multiplication first or division. So let's check on this box. 12 times 2, I get 24. Divided by 3, I get 8. Okay, can I do 2 divided by 3 first? I mean, yes, I can, but it's just going to be a fraction. So let me write 2 over 3. 2 over 3 times 12 that becomes 4. So 4 times 2, I get 8. Okay, so it looks like these two doesn't matter which order I perform first. The next one, 3 times 8 plus 2. I believe if you had experience of distribution property, you should know that it shouldn't matter which one you do first because it looks like the distribution property is 3 times 8 plus 3 times 2. 3 times 8 is 24 plus 3 times 2, I get 6, which I will get the same answer. What if I add it first? Instead of just adding, what I meant by adding is let's perform the parentheses first. So if I perform this, I have to add them. So a plus 2 is 10 times 3, I get 30. Okay, this is my confusion. So let me write powers over here. And then I had parentheses. But which one would be easier for you to perform? Would you multiply them and then add them at the end, or would you add them first and then multiply them? So think about that one. And then let's perform over here. 2 plus 3 square. Well, 2 plus, I need to calculate this number first if I want to add to any number. So 3 square is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So still I have to perform power first before addition. If I perform over here, 15 minus 4 is 11 plus 7. I get 18. Okay, that works. What if I did it backward? Negative 4 plus 7, I get 3. Then if I had positive 3 with 15, I still get 18. So again, these two orders does not matter. The next one. Based on this, I just need to know which one I need to do first. Should I do powers first or parentheses first? So in here, it looks like before I do anything, I have to look at the parentheses first. Because remember, the addition is in the back of this order. So I know overall, I have to do parentheses first. In order to perform the parentheses, I have to do the exponent. So the exponent in here, 2 cubed. So you're doing 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So 9 minus 8 is 1. 1 plus 15, I get 16. Okay, and then earlier, remember that we could do either way. I'm going to write down the multiplication on the third part because when we were dividing it, we can do it except it just becomes a fraction. So why don't I just do multiplication first and then division? Addition, subtraction didn't matter, but I know that you guys probably learned addition first when you guys were in elementary before you did a subtraction. So I'm going to put that order that it's easier to perform. So addition and then subtraction. Have you ever heard the order of operations could be represented as PEMDAS? I'm not a big fan of just memorizing PEMDAS, so that's why I was trying to expose you on the order of operations, why this would work. Well, let's do the last example on here just to see if I can just follow this to get to 14. If I perform the parentheses first, I have to do 2 times 3, which is 6. And among all of these, I will calculate the one with the multiplication. So if I do so, if I just follow this, 6 times 3 is 18. Now you're performing 24 divided by 18. I mean, we can do it, but again, it's going to be a fraction. It's going to be rational numbers. So what if instead of doing this, I'm going to perform what's on the left? Because remember, division and multiplication shouldn't matter the order. So 24 divided by 6, I get easy number 4. Then if I multiply 4 with 3, I get 12. 12 plus 2, I get 14. So here's one more rule that I'm going to add. If you have multiplication and division at the same expression, you are always performing from the left to right. Okay, using this, we'll practice several examples on practice 9. Evaluate each of these calculations using the correct order of operations. The first operation that you had to do was P, which represent parentheses. After parentheses, you do the exponent. Then you were doing either multiplication or division. But again, remember, you always perform from the left to right. Then if the last two was addition and subtraction, it didn't matter. But again, we're just going to perform from the addition first and then subtraction at the end. So this is called PEMDAS. The first example, we are going to do multiplication first. So 6 times 2, I get 12, plus 8 is equal to 20. In part B, when you have a fraction, remember fraction is a part of division. So we will do division later, but first let me add them. So 18 plus 6, in this case, I get 24 over, and then you get 6. Once you have a numerator and denominator with just one numbers, then you can calculate. So 24 over 6 is equal to 4. Then you have 4 minus 4, which makes 0. Part C, in this case, if you want to perform the parentheses, it looks, we will always start from the left. So now, if I'm looking at this first parenthesis, 7 squared is 49. 49 minus 4, I get. And remember, when you have two parentheses right next to each other, they have multiplication. 5 squared is 25 minus 2, I get Then if you multiply, what do you get? You write it down on here on your own. Let's perform the one that looks a little bit difficult. So for example, what if I do E? And when you're looking at the E, you'd notice that I have a little symbol right here, and I hope you remember, this is what we call square root. Square root is you need to find what two numbers do you need to multiply to get the number inside, and those two numbers has to be exact same. So in here, let's perform the parentheses first as what we have discussed. In here, 5 squared is 25. And then before you do the minus, we have to perform the multiplication. So let me put the minus right here. But 4 times 2, I get 8. 25 minus 8 is 17. 51 divided by 17. The reason I'm doing the division first is because it's on the left. So before you perform with the multiplication, let's see if I can reduce the number this time. 51 divided by 17, I should get 3, and then 3 times 7 is 21. So 21 minus square root of 100. What two numbers do you need to multiply to get 100? The answer is 10. So 21 minus 10 is equal to 10. Let's try part H. In this expression, first before I want to divide anything, I have to perform each calculation on the numerator and denominator. Let's see, it looks like we have to do the exponent first. So 2 to the 4th power is asking 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is equal to 16. Then I have to wait to perform this minus 3 plus 12 because I have to divide first. 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3, so you will perform plus 3, which is equal to, well, 16 minus 3 is 13 plus 3, I actually get 16. Over, on the bottom, before I do division, it looks like I have to do the exponent first. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So I know I'm doing 64 divided by 8, which is 8. And then the answer will be equal to 2. The J. I hope that you are excited to do this one up here. So let's do one at a time. It looks like I not only have a parenthesis, but I have a bracket. The first part, before we do a multiplication on the numerator, we will perform a parenthesis first. So 9 minus 4, I'll get 5. Then before I add 6, let me do multiply by 3 with 6. So 6 times 3, I should get 18. And then I have addition. So it looks like if you have a bracket, that is actually what you'll do first. So if you want to put this one instead of PEMDAS, if you want to put it like, I don't know, BAMDAS, if you have seen on this textbook, that's actually how they describe, because parenthesis is a part of bracket anyway. So if I do so, 5 plus 18, I should get 23. And then I could multiply by 3. So let me actually write on here. 3 times 23, and then you have minus 3 squared, which is equal to, before I do multiplication, let me do exponent first. So I will get negative 9. And then I get 3 times 23, I should get 69 over, on the bottom, let's see, so we will do the bracket first. I have 6 minus 2, which is 4. 4 times 3, I should get 12. And then before I do minus, let's just do 10 divided by 2 first, which I should get 5. So inside of the bracket, this is what I get, which is 7. And let me just copy down the rest, and then I will do the next one, the next step. You have minus 4 right here with division and 48. So 48 divided by 4 should be performing first since division is in the front of subtraction. So 48 divided by 4, I get 12. 12 minus 7 is what I need to do next. That is equal to, I have 60 over 5, which is 12. And that's how I finish this part J. I know that it looks very complicated, but if you do step by step without making any mistake, it should be the same thing where you're just combining, let's say, number E, let's say the part E and G at the same time, or something like that. Number 2, replace each box with an operation to make the statement true. So if I want to make sure that I have 6, I just need to know what operation I should put in here. Assuming that if I had to do addition first, well, let's say what would happen. I would have 16, and then I need to know what operation do I need to do to make it 6. Well, is there any way that this equation will be equal to 6? Multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, nothing. Then I know addition should not be performed first. So I know this one has to be either multiplication or division. 15 times 3 is going to be 45. 45 plus 1 is not going to be equal to 6. What if I had division? If I had division, 15 divided by 3, I get 5 plus 1. I do get 6, so my answer will be division. And in here, part B, it looks like I have to perform this one first because before the division, I have to perform a parenthesis. 18 with what operation to 2, and then divide by 10, will I get 2? So pause this video before I reveal the answer, and then we'll check together. Let's see, if I was multiplying this, 18 times 2, I get 36 divided by 10 is not going to be equal to 2. If I divided 18 divided by 2, I get 9 divided by 10 is not equal to 2. What if I added them? So 18 plus 2, I get 20 divided by 10. Oh, I do get 2. So in this case, my answer will be addition. Number 3, this time we're just going to insert the bracket where appropriate to make this statement true. Part A, if I wanted to make this one true to make 38, well, let's see, I know that if I did multiplication before subtraction or addition, this becomes 18. 18 minus 18 is 0, plus 2 is not going to be 38. So I know I have to change somehow. Well, let me try. In this case, we're just going to guess and check. What if I try the bracket over here? 18 minus 6, I get 12 times 3, I get 36, plus 2, I do get 38. Oh, lucky me. So the bracket has to be in the front of, in between 18 and negative 6. Let's try part C. In this case, if I just did as using the order of operations, 3 times 6 is 18, plus 5 is 23, minus 10 is not equal to 38. So then, just like what I did earlier, what if I did this one first? So 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 times 6, 48, minus 10. Oh my, lucky me. Still, I got it correct. So I know the bracket has to be in between 5 and 3. The rest of the other problems is using number 2 and 3 at the same time. So you have to guess what operation I should do and then where should I put the bracket. Let's try part E. So in here, what if, I'm just gonna guess, what if I added in between these two numbers, which I get 20, 20 minus 5 is 15. There's no way that I will get 1, whatever operation I put in between 15 and 4. So let's try something else. In here, what if I wanted to put the bracket over here first? So a minus 5 is 3. Okay, in here, if I 12, 3, and 4, I have to make it 1, which gives me a hint where 12 divided by 3, I know I will get 4. 4 and what operation to 4 will give you 1? What if I divide it one more time? So let me rewrite this. 12 divided by, you do 8 minus 5 first, divide by 4. In here, 8 minus 5 is 3. 12 divided by 3, I get 4. 4 divided by 4, I get 1. Oh, this one works. So this will take some time to get it correct, but there is definitely one answer for you to do. So please try on your own until you get the answers on the right side of your equation. This is the end of the lesson. Thanks for learning with me. If you have any questions, please leave a comment.